Marcus Spears, former NFL player from ESPN's NFL Live, on what Watson will mean to this Browns offense.
It could eventually be the most devastating offense in the league. And we know Deshaun's talent, and obviously we got to see if he can continue to carry that on from what we saw in Houston. But him getting on the outside. Listen, y'all, I watched Baker Mayfield with this offense roll out at times on boots and naked, and he was wide open, had all of the field in the world. And when his receivers were covered, he didn't have that second gear to take off and complete with his legs. Well, now you have that element. You have an arm, you have a better arm, in my opinion, in Deshaun Watson. You got a guy that can do both. And when you look at this Cleveland Browns offense, over time, like how we've watched them, Kareem Hunt, obviously Nico just talked about Nick Chubb, but there were so many other opportunities that were limited, I believe, because of Baker Mayfield and the type of quarterback he is and athlete he is. So now you add Deshaun Watson into this offense, everybody benefits from it, but you also add an athletic quarterback. When he rolls out, usually he's going to be staring at 10 to 15 yards of wide open football field to take off on.
Quincy Carrier, what do you think? It's a former defensive lineman telling you what he sees with the difference being.
Yeah, defensive players usually don't be lying, right? When when they tell you something, right? When John Johnson tweets during the game, man, we really need to run the football more. That's kind of revealing in ways that more people wanted to see at the time, right? And that's not just a dude talking about, that's your safety telling you that goes up against your quarterback every day. And it's like, nah, man, let me tell you, don't throw that ball as much, right? Like that tells you a lot. So the defensive players, they kind of know on a different level what they fear. Deshaun Watson is the guy that they fear a lot, right? Because the one thing, if you talk to all defensive coordinators in the NFL, they will have a healthy fear of a pocket passer, right? Like Tom Brady's always going to put the fear of everybody into him because he's Tom Brady. But if you start talking to them about like Lamar Jackson and how they defend him, they start getting headaches about that because there ain't nothing you could really game plan about those things, right? Cam Newton in his prime, it's not game plannable what you could do against Cam Newton, right? So that element that Deshaun brings, that he's a dynamic runner. Now, he's not Lamar or anything like that, but he is a dynamic enough runner to where you're going to have some hesitations about just playing straight two-man on him. And, you know, that's going to give defensive coordinators headaches on a team that's full of guys who can give you headaches, right? One of the things that give defensive coordinators headaches about the Browns is that they have Chubb and Hunt. If they're on, ain't nothing you could do about that. Now you add Watson to the mix. Yeah, this is going to be a tough team to game plan against because it's like there's only so much you could do against that, right? If you want to go man to counter the run, okay, cool. They're going to play action, boot the other way around. And what are you going to do if you get caught with your pants around your ankles and it's not Baker Mayfield throwing the football or potentially running it? It's Deshaun Watson throwing it to Amari Cooper. That's a whole different set of problems that defensive coordinators have to worry about now that did not exist a little bit ago.